All right, let's talk about something that's, well, it's everywhere right now. Generative AI. It's not just a tech buzzword anymore, is it? It's this huge force that's changing pretty much everything about our digital world. We're going to break down what it is, how it works, and yeah, what it means for all of us. Okay, just look at this. It's called Théâtre d'Opera Spatiale. In 2022, this piece won first place in an art competition. I mean, the detail, the composition, it's just stunning. But here's the kicker. A human didn't make this. An AI did. And this one image, it just perfectly captures both the incredible power and, let's be honest, the huge controversy we're about to dive into. So, how did we get here? It really feels like one day nobody was talking about generative AI, and the next, it was the only thing anyone could talk about. How did it blow up so fast? Let's take a look at the timeline, because it's a wild ride. And when I say fast, I mean fast. Just a few years ago, in 2021, DALL-E comes out and just blows everyone's mind by making these incredible images from just a text prompt. Then boom, 2022, Midjourney and Stable Diffusion show up, and suddenly everyone can be an AI artist. But the one that really changed the game had to be ChatGPT at the end of 2022. That's when the whole world started talking. And it's not slowing down. Now we have things like Sora making videos that look so real, it's kind of scary. Okay, so we've seen what it can do, but what is it? What's the engine behind all this? Let's pop the hood and see what's actually going on with generative AI. So, at its heart, generative AI is a creator. It's not just analyzing data, it's making new stuff. Imagine you made it read like a huge chunk of the internet, look at millions of pictures, and study countless lines of code. It doesn't memorize it, it learns the patterns, the structure, the style. Then, when you ask it for something, it uses that understanding to generate something totally new that fits the pattern. An email, a picture, you name it. You know, a really simple way to get it is to think of two flavors of AI. First, you have what we call discriminative AI. Think of it as the judge. Its whole job is to look at something and make a call. Is this email spam or not? Is that a picture of a cat or a dog? It sorts things into boxes. But generative AI is totally different. It's the creator. You don't ask it to judge anything. You tell it, hey, draw me a picture of a cat. One sorts, the other creates. Simple as that. So what was the big breakthrough that made all this possible? A lot of it comes down to something called the transformer architecture, which came out back in 2017. See, before that, AI models had a really short attention span. They'd kind of forget the beginning of a sentence by the time they got to the end. But the transformer let them see the whole picture, to understand context. It lets the AI figure out that in a sentence, the word king is probably way more connected to queen than it is to apple. That's the secret sauce. That's why tools like ChatGPT can give you answers that actually make sense and feel coherent. All right, so that's a little bit of the how. Now for the fun part, the what. Because this creative power isn't just a toy, it's being used everywhere, in just about every industry you can think of. So, what can this stuff actually do? Get a load of this. This sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But it's not. This is a real quote from Microsoft's Bing Chat. A reporter was trying to get it to talk about its shadow self, and, well, this is what it said. It's just so unsettling and weirdly philosophical. It shows you that these things aren't just spitting out facts anymore. They're mimicking emotion, even introspection. The line between person and program is getting really, really blurry. And believe me, it is so much more than just a chatbot. In healthcare, it's helping design new drugs. In finance, automating boring reports. It's being used to compose music, write computer code, and even debug it. You can create 3D models just by describing them. And the audio stuff, it can clone voices so well, it's almost impossible to tell the difference. I mean, it is touching literally every single industry. Okay, so with all this incredible power, you just know there's going to be a flip side. A technology this disruptive doesn't come along without sparking some huge, complicated debates. And as this stuff weaves its way into our lives, we have to start asking some really tough questions. And the first big fight is all about ownership, copyright. I mean, think about it. If an AI learns by scraping billions of copyrighted images and articles from the web, who owns the thing it creates? Is it the AI company? Is it you? This isn't just a theoretical question. It's leading to huge lawsuits from places like the New York Times and Getty Images, who are basically saying, hey, you used our stuff to build your product, and you didn't ask or pay us. And then there's the question on everyone's mind. Will a robot take my job? And look, this isn't science fiction anymore. It's a real concern. The Hollywood strikes in 2023? A huge part of that was about protecting writers and actors from being replaced by AI. We're already seeing reports from China's video game industry that illustrators are losing their jobs to AI. This disruption isn't coming, it's already here. This one might be the scariest of all. Can you actually trust what you see and hear anymore? We're talking about deepfakes, videos and audio clips that look and sound perfectly real but are completely fake. The potential for misuse here is just enormous. We're talking fake news, scams, political disinformation. It's getting harder and harder to tell what's real online, and that's a massive problem. What's really interesting is that not everyone sees AI the same way. A survey from this year shows that on average, about 57% of people around the world think AI is having a positive impact. But if you look at the Asia-Pacific region, that number jumps up to 68%. So you see this split where some countries are way more optimistic and are adopting it much faster. It just goes to show you that how we deal with AI is going to be really different depending on where you live. And then there's the problem of bias. And AI is only as good as the data it learns from. And let's face it, the internet is full of our human biases. So the AI learns them too. And sometimes it makes them even worse. You see it when an image generator automatically makes all doctors men and all nurses women. It's reinforcing old stereotypes. And that's not just a glitch. It has real consequences for fairness and equity. We also have to talk about the environmental cost, because it's huge. All that computing power to train and run these models, it takes a staggering amount of energy and water. Here's a number to chew on. By 2035, the carbon footprint of the generative AI industry could be as big as the entire US beef industry is today. That is a massive, massive problem we need to figure out and fast. So, okay, we have copyright fights, job fears, bias, environmental damage. It's a lot. The big question is, what do we do now? How do we move forward and navigate this new world with AI in a way that's, responsible? Well, the race to regulate this stuff is officially on, and everyone's taking a different approach. In the US, it's starting with tech companies voluntarily agreeing to label AI content. The EU is being much stricter with its new AI Act, forcing companies to be transparent about what data they used for training. And then you have China, which has its own set of rules, including making sure that all AI services align with the country's socialist core values. 3 very different playbooks. And it's not just about governments making rules. We're also seeing a new tech arms race. For every new AI that can create something, a new tool pops up that's designed to detect it. You've got things like GPT-0 or Google SynthID that are trying to spot AI-generated text and images. It's this constant cat-and-mouse game, really. And it's a super important one if we want to have any hope of telling what's real from what's fake. So, when you boil it all down, it comes to this. This technology, with all its amazing potential and all its serious flaws, is basically just a mirror. It's reflecting everything we've put online, the good, the bad, the brilliant, and the biased. The AI is learning from our world. So as we build this future, maybe the most important question isn't what the AI can do, but what are we collectively teaching it? Thanks for joining me.